The look Leo gave her was probably not what she had been expecting. But after Jenny's 14-hour labour, he was blurry with exhaustion, and his back was killing him. Added to that, his sense of betrayal was laced with a disconcerting euphoria, creating a wholly unexpected turbulence in his mind.
"She looks like her mum,"
he said, pulling himself together and smiling down at the raspberry-faced baby, swaddled in a blanket on Jenny's swollen breast.
"Hello, Sophie."
It was the name they had decided on only yesterday. Jenny looked up and smiled at him. "What's the time?" she asked. He glanced at his watch.
"It's just gone 3:30.
He stroked the baby's cheek and pushed back the dark cloud. Funny that he had always thought he knew Jenny better than she knew him. Maybe that was just something he'd told himself, because after 4 years together, he was once again curious about his wife. He had to admire the sheer audacity of the woman. What the hell had been going through her mind? Had it been passion or cold calculation? Did she think, my husband won't give me a baby, so I'll shop for one elsewhere? He wondered about her conscience. She was probably consoling herself with the possibility that there was a 1 in 100 chance Leo was the father. She had no idea. Whoever the man was, and Leo didn't want to know, he was probably married. Jenny's male colleagues tended to be. A European conference, a gathering of accountants. What was the collective noun for that? A calculation of accountants? A liability? He would have laughed if it hadn't been so sad. He twisted the signet ring on his little finger. Hers had not been the only cold calculation.
"I'm not losing you, or what we have, Jenny."
He had been arrogant, and he had been humbled. Yet despite the situation and his reignited anger, he hadn't been able to distance himself from what she was going through, or feel a torrent of emotion when she finally gave birth. She had fought through pain. She had reached for him as the agonizing spasms rolled through her. The undiluted love he felt had surprised him. Leo reached into the pocket of the coat he folded over the back of the chair. He had taken the sensible precaution of bringing a bottle of whiskey with him. He turned away from Jenny to pour a slug of it into the white plastic beaker in which his tea had arrived. He had earned it. He felt something for the baby too, although he couldn't put his finger on what it was. Protectiveness, maybe? Poor little mite. It wasn't her fault she was here, after all. But he wasn't besotted, like his mother had insisted he would be. "You'll fall head over heels in love," Lola had said, "especially if it's a girl. She'll have you twisted round her little finger in no time." When Leo had rolled his eyes at the cliché, she'd added wistfully, "I wish I'd had a girl." The room was hot and smelled of blood and other bodily fluids. Leo wanted to open the window and stick his head outside, but he'd only be told off. It was pelting down out there. Watching Jenny gaze at her daughter, something in Leo twisted. He'd found it hard to square living off his wife's money while he wrote his novels. Not any longer. He considered their bargain fair. She had the baby she wanted. He had the financial cushion that meant he could write full-time. Human nature was fascinating. It was so contradictory that the wrong someone had done you had the power to hold you to them as well as push you away. He put his hand on Jenny's shoulder, and she looked up at him with eyes that shone. He couldn't say a word. The door opened. "Oh, Mr. Creasy," the midwife said. "There's a phone call for you. You can take it at the reception desk." She didn't have any idea who he was. None of them did, not even the consultant. Leo Creasy, author of A Time for Bleeding, meant nothing to them. That was going to change. One day, they would tell their friends they had met him at the birth of his child. They would be asked what the great man was like.